Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. I don't know if I should cover. Hey, boo boo. Just me and you right now. Just you, me and you, Katie. I'm trying to see something. If there is, uh, let me see. I'm just gonna wait for a few. Uh, to see if anybody wants to join. If not, we continue with the show. Um, but this next case, I'm trying to find something. Where you send me, Katie? You send me something. Thank you, babe. You sent me something just now. Okay, let me get this ready for us. Mm-mm. Mm. Oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna look at it, babe. Hey, you enjoying your birthday? You enjoyed your cheesecake? Did you eat the cheesecake yet? Aw, that's nice. Very good. Did you eat your cheesecake? I like the cheesecake if it got strawberries on top. Did it have strawberries on top? Ouch. Mm. It was good. Okay. Where's the what am I looking for? Okay, y'all. We're gonna wait a few more minutes and then we're gonna just jump right into this next case. Thank you for um putting on that fundraiser on your channel earlier. It went for a long time, huh? I'm sure she's grateful for everything. And I put the link for the fundraiser in here also. So, if anybody wanted to donate, they could donate and stuff. Mm. Phew, 7 hours. Oh yeah, you gonna get some of that watch hours back. Yes. See, that's one of my lies right there. 7 hour lies. Remember, Katie? Shit. Be on it for hours. Oh my God. Mm. But what happened? What happened there? What happened to my voice? Yes, we used to be on here for hours and hours. Oh, good. I saw Kathy B donated. Yeah, I saw her. Thank you. I text her though because I have her cell phone. Yes, and swap. Okay, good. That was nice. I have to cover me for a minute because I want to smoke a cigarette. Well, what happened to my voice, girl? You turned me into a man. She didn't change my voice on me, y'all. Child, I didn't notice it at first. And then I said, wait a minute. What did girl do? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Katie. Yes. I said, oh no, you knew. Why you do that? Why you do it to me? I thought you like me. She put me with a deep voice. I guess she said, her voice too cute. She won't be on there too cute. Mm-hmm. She said she won't be on there too cute. 'Cause I was the only one with the deep voice. Remember, I used to change my voices to the cartoon character things when I used to do my funny stuff on Facebook. The little chipmunk thing. So I know you could change the voices. Why you put me like a strong man voice? Why you do me like that? Hmm. Okay. I said, wait a minute. Wait, I ain't noticed it at first, and then I noticed it, and she just bust out laughing, giggling. I was like, all right, girl, I got your little ass now. The joke's on me, you think? You think that, right? Okay, boo boo. Okay. I said, wait, why it sound different? She got me sounding like a man. She said, oh no, we're gonna change. She said she punked me. Remember that show Punk, y'all? I used to watch it. But anyway, this next case, I had to give a little at least in the beginning of this video, give a little humor because yes, remember Punk? Oh my god, y'all, that shit was so. Oh my god, that shit was so funny. They used to be punking everybody, and today I got punked. Yes, I got punked today. Hmm. All right, y'all. This next case, since we got the laughter out, now we gotta, you know, get into some very sad. I found out about this case because Nancy Grace is fine. Shout out to Nancy Grace, man. She keep liking my stuff because she liked it something else of mine, and I appreciate that, man. Shout out Nancy Grace, girl. Hey, girl. I forgot to tell y'all that the other day. She liked it another thing that I did on her Twitter. Nancy Grace be on Twitter. That's where I be at. Nancy Grace doing her thing. Shout out to Nancy Grace. She love me some Nancy Grace. Yes. GoFundMe. He donated 50. Let me show that he donated $50. Oops. He donated 50. That's awesome though. That was really nice. Okay. So I see Nancy Grace following this young lady, and then I noticed that I think she liked or something that I did. I just can't remember. I think it was, or she reposted something that I did. So I said, I'm going to check her out. And what I found out was she is a survivor. She is an activist. She is an activist. She is a survivor. Her name is Alicia K. Let me get her. Why am I still on? Not on camera. Hold on. Oh, because I was still smoking a cigarette. But let me get her name on Twitter. Because she has a long, long name, but she has her name on Twitter is different. It's like Kaza or something. Kaza. Kaza. I'm gonna say Kaz. I'm gonna say Kaz. I'm gonna say Kaz. Okay. And something very she used okay, so I'm trying to look for something. Hold on. All right, let me just get into it. When she was 13 years old, she used to like playing games on the internet. You know how teenagers do at that age, you know what I mean? They like to make friends on the internet. My daughter does that too when she was younger. They think that everybody on the internet is a friend, and they're not. Um she was lured at the age of 13 to a predator. This man is a grown ass man, seeming to be her age. He was acting like he was her age, like he was her friend, like he was her buddy, like he knew what she was going through. And the whole time, he was a grown behind man. I want y'all to check out this reaction video. I want to say more, but I don't want to spoil it for y'all because I want y'all to watch the reaction video, and then I want y'all to watch her. Yes, thankfully she did, because now she's an activist. And I know I'm saying that name wrong. Uh, but Check this out, y'all. Let's watch the reaction video. Because I want to tell y'all more, but I'm like, no, let me just play the video. There's so many videos on her. So many videos on her, y'all. But for some reason, I played a little clip, like a pinch of this one, and I stopped it, and I was like, all right. So for some reason, this felt like the one to use, right? For some reason, so this is the one we're gonna watch. And then I'm gonna reach out to her myself, because that's just what I do.
Alicia Kazak disappeared from her home in Crafton Heights.
The abduction captured the nation's attention as few cases do.
Her parents were out of their minds with worry.
She's been out there long enough.
Typically, in these cases, you don't often find these children alive.
Growing up in the heart of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Alicia Kazak was a typical teenager navigating adolescence.
Not far from me.
Born to Charles and Mary Kazak, Alicia had a close-knit family that included her older brother, Chuck. The Kazak household was one filled with warmth and love, where family bonds were treasured. With her sweet and gentle soul, Alicia was the quiet one in the family. She had developed a fondness for being a homebody, finding solace in the familiar comforts of her surroundings. Despite the loving support of her family, Alicia battled a growing shyness that threatened to keep her secluded. Concerned for their daughter's well-being, Chuck and Mary encouraged her to step out of her comfort zone. They enrolled her in modeling classes, hoping it would help her break free from her shell and foster self-confidence. However, Alicia remained reserved. Her primary mode of communication with friends was through instant messaging, a digital sanctuary where she could express herself with ease. Little did she know that her world was about to take an unexpected turn on New Year's Day of 2002. On the evening of January 1st, 2002, the Kazak family gathered for dinner. During the meal, Alicia complained of a stomachache. Concerned but understanding, her mother, Mary, granted her permission to lie down, assuring her that they would call her when dessert was ready. Unbeknownst to her family, Alicia had chosen a different path that night. Instead of retreating to her room, she ventured outside to meet an online friend to exchange greetings. After leaving the front door slightly ajar, she felt a sense of security since she could see her house and was still within the familiar confines of her neighborhood. This decision was entirely far from Alicia's usual behavior. She was afraid of the dark and detested the cold, so she never ventured outside alone before. Yet, on this darkest and coldest of nights, she took those uncertain steps to meet a total stranger. Just a couple of steps away from her house, Alicia began to reconsider her decision, planning to return to the safety of her home. A voice in her head urged her, "Turn around, go home, this is dangerous." Before she could act on that instinct, an eerie voice called her name. When Alicia's brother went up to her room to fetch her for dessert, he found an empty room, and his sister was nowhere to be seen. A search of the house revealed no indication that she had ventured out, as her coat, boots, and purse still hung in their familiar places. The unease escalated when the family noticed that the front door was not shut completely. Fearing the worst, Alicia's family wasted no time. They called emergency services and urgently sought help. When the officers arrived, they conducted a thorough inquiry. However, their initial advice was to wait 24 hours, suggesting that Alicia might have gone off with friends and would likely return.
It is the most helpless, terrifying, devastating emotional feeling that you will ever have. That your child's out there somewhere. You don't know where, you don't know what's happening, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Meanwhile,
I am so sick of them saying to these parents, wait 24 hours. No, stop. 24 hours is the most crucial. Don't wait 24 hours. They tell you to wait 24 hours, you say, no, we're doing this now. Or you get your search team out there and you do what you got to do. Do not let them tell you to wait 24 hours. I am so sick and tired of them telling them this. While more people are being unalived and unalived and unalived, or missing in traffic and stuff. Unbelievable. Right? Screw the 24 hours. That's too long. And where the most can, yes, and that's the most that can happen. Yeah, that's when the most happens, exactly.
Alicia's world had taken a chilling turn. She had been led into a car, and the man who'd forced her there exerted control by
Hey,
tightly
Kathy
squeezing
B.
her hands as if to crush them. She felt the grip of fear intensify. The man's commands echoed in the confined space. He told her that if she didn't stay quiet, he would put her in the trunk. At that moment, the teen realized she was no longer in control of her own life. The captor continued driving, and Alicia peered out of the car window, her gaze shifting from familiar road signs to an increasingly unfamiliar landscape. The once recognizable markers became strangers. With each moment sending her farther from her family, she desperately searched for any means to escape. Passing a toll booth, she harbored a flicker of optimism. She prayed that the toll booth attendant might glimpse her silently pleading for help. Yet, her silent pleas went unanswered as the car pressed on, covering a 5-hour journey from the familiar streets of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to the unknown terrain of Virginia. Moments later, she found herself captive in the confines of the man's basement. Desperation mounted over the Kazakiewicz household, prompting a second call to emergency services from Alicia's father, Charles. This time, with a sense of urgency and conviction, he conveyed to the authorities that Alicia had not simply wandered off. Recognizing the severity of the situation, Pittsburgh police escalated the matter to the Crimes Against Children Task Force. This task force, which is composed of federal law enforcement agencies, didn't have to adhere to the waiting period before deeming someone as missing. The investigation kicked off swiftly, with a united effort to bring Alicia home safely. The task force initiated a comprehensive search in the neighborhood, canvassing the area and questioning residents, but to no avail. The absence of familial discord, coupled with the fact that Alicia had left her personal belongings behind, led the task force to dismiss the possibility of a voluntary departure and officially declare that Alicia was abducted. Mary's revelation about her daughter's significant time spent on the internet captured the investigators' attention. They delved into her online activities and focused on a chat room, which raised concerns about her interactions with individuals on the internet.
In 2002, I was totally clueless as to the dangers of the internet. My daughter was sitting in a common room, talking to a box. Yeah, to my mind, that's what she was doing.
While chatting online might have seemed innocent in 2002, law enforcement recognized the inherent dangers. Alicia's engagement with people on the internet exposed her to potential predators. With this, the FBI explored two plausible scenarios. The first involved the possibility that Alicia had been snatched off the street by an unknown assailant. The second, more chilling option was that she had been lured away by a predator, a haunting reality in the burgeoning age of the internet. The FBI wasted no time in seizing Alicia's computer for investigation. Lab technicians delved into Alicia's digital history, revealing volumes of communications across instant messaging platforms. The investigators combed through these conversations one by one, seeing discussions about classes, boys, and the typical topics that occupied the thoughts of a teen like Alicia. Their quest was to uncover any subtle signs that might illuminate the mystery of what happened to her. During this, the realization dawned on Mary that they may have unknowingly invited danger into their home through the innocuous gift of a computer, which was only intended to aid their children with school projects, homework, and research.
Remember what that guy said on my platform the other day? The activist? Be careful who you befriend on the internet. You have to watch over these kids. Watch who they talking to. Because these men will act like they your child's age. Oh, hey, I'm Johnny. I'm 12. They like 40, 50 years old. It's crazy. So many predators. Sad.
Determined to contribute to the investigation, Mary reached out to the National Center for Missing Children to seek guidance. The advice she received was clear. Get Alicia's picture out there for the world to see. Someone might have encountered her somewhere. Media involvement became an essential strategy. News outlets broadcasted Alicia's story far and wide, making it a headline that captured public attention. Armed with dozens of photos, the family aimed to imprint Alicia's face in the minds of the masses. Meanwhile, the FBI went to Alicia's school, asking her classmates and teachers to gain deeper insights. It was revealed that Alicia would arrive at school exhausted, having spent late evenings engrossed in her computer. Concerningly, her classmates disclosed that she had been engaging in conversations with an older man, someone she had been talking to for a long time, with plans for a face-to-face meeting. This made the FBI look into the possibility of catfishing and grooming. Catfishing is a dangerous tactic where a predator poses as another person, like someone of the victim's age, and tailors their messages to match the victim's desires. When the predator gains the role of a trusted confidant, they can proceed to groom their target through deceit and guiding the victim towards accepting harmful ideas aligned with their sinister intentions.
They provide them an outlet for their frustrations. They'll be there to talk to them. They'll talk about how terrible their family is, and you should talk to me about this. I had several cases like that where individuals will actually almost become like a surrogate parent to these teenagers, and the teenager, not knowing that there's an ulterior motive, will gravitate towards this person because this person's showing them affection and attention that they're not getting elsewhere.
The process of grooming eventually leads to let's meet.
The gravity of the situation escalated when Tom Carter, the acting supervisor of the Violence Crime Squad, received a vital phone call from Florida. Reluctant but compelled to aid the investigation, the caller withheld his identity out of embarrassment. He revealed that he was part of an adult chat room where one participant had sent him a link to a private video. It was a live stream depicting a woman in a cage who bore a haunting resemblance to the missing teen from Pittsburgh. The caller's description of the video's contents sent shockwaves through the investigative team.
What will happen with this AI if the government will let it happen?
It's insane shit that be going on.
The crying woman, who was visibly subjected to unspeakable acts, further intensified the urgency to locate Alicia and bring an end to the horror she was enduring. With the unsettling video in their possession, the police were convinced it depicted Alicia and clung to hope that she was still alive but captive. Seeking more information, the officers asked about the informant's identity, but he hung up. When the FBI traced his call to a payphone in Tampa, Florida, they couldn't do anything but hope that the man would call back. And after a while, he did. Despite his reservations, the informant cooperated, providing as much information as he could since he was motivated by a paternal instinct as a father himself. However, when faced with the prospect of an in-person meeting with the FBI, he declined, citing fears for his own safety. Given that he was their primary source, the FBI was eager to gather more information. While he continued the conversation with investigators, they traced his location. In real time, FBI agents reached his residence and knocked on his door. Confronted, the informant decided to distance himself from the unfolding tragedy. He promptly informed the police of the details he possessed, providing a critical lead for the FBI's ongoing efforts to locate Alicia.
FBI wasn't playing. They said, we're going to find that baby. We're going to find that baby and bring that baby home safe. This monster lured that child out of her home on New Year's Day. And she had that instant feeling that she probably had that feeling like, oh, maybe this is not the right idea. Maybe I should go back inside. But it was too late. Jesus.
However, the chat room's anonymous nature left the informant with few details about the captor, since there was only a screen name and no real name or location. Faced with this challenge, the FBI decided not to disclose the limited information to Alicia's parents until she was rescued. They attempted to trace the IP address associated with the uploader's screen name, but the FBI encountered a roadblock. The website provider Yahoo was bound by legal obligations and considered IP addresses confidential. To bypass this obstacle, a grand jury subpoena was deemed necessary, but this process would take until the next morning. U.S. Attorney Mary Beth Buchanan invoked the Patriot Act, leveraging its provisions to compel internet service providers to share information in emergency situations. Despite this, the FBI faced another challenge. Yahoo's headquarters in California was closed at that hour. Undeterred, an FBI agent was dispatched to the home of Yahoo's president at 5 in the morning. The president, in turn, directed an employee to provide the necessary information urgently. Through these means, they tracked the IP address, revealing it belonged to an individual in Herndon, Virginia, Scott Tyree, a 38-year-old divorcee and a seemingly ordinary computer analyst employed as a government contractor, emerged as a potential suspect as the IP address linked to Alicia's captivity led to him. Despite lacking a criminal record or any overt signs of sadistic behavior, the FBI honed in on Tyree's connection. Simultaneously, as one team worked to secure a warrant allowing entry into Tyree's Virginia residence, another team delved into Alicia's computer. They searched for Tyree's name to confirm that they were on the right path. Unknown to them at the time, Alicia was in a basement dungeon with nothing to do but focus on her survival. This meant doing what her captor wanted, no matter how disgusting it was for her. As the man left for the office one morning, he confessed to Alicia, "I think I'm beginning to like you a little too much." With that, he promised to take her for a ride when he returned. And for the first time in 4 days, he fed her. The victim should have been happy being presented with a meal, but this and his words to her instilled fear in her heart, since she thought that this was her last. As the gravity of the situation sank in, she was convinced that her life was hanging by a thread. Thankfully, the authorities finally gained the signed search warrant, so the FBI swiftly mobilized. They learned that Tyree was at his workplace and sent one team to arrest him there, while another team searched his residence for any trace of Alicia. The arrest unfolded seamlessly at Tyree's workplace, while Alicia heard loud crashes and people yelling. Gripped by terror, she believed these were the enforcers the man had ordered to end her life. Bound with chains and a dog collar around her neck, Alicia sought refuge under the bed. The clamor of footsteps and voices pierced the air, urging her to crawl out. Soon, the trembling Alicia revealed her presence. The barrel of a gun pointed at her, signaling what she believed to be the final moments of her life. In a sudden twist, the person holding the gun turned around.
And then I saw the most beautiful letters in the alphabet. FBI. In bold yellow on the backs of their jackets. And I knew that I was safe. And that my prayers had been answered.
The FBI called and wanted us to come down to the FBI building immediately.
This is not it, though. And I want to tell y'all, but I'm sure he's going to say it in the video, so I'm going to wait. But, oh man, this is not it. But I do want to say is, when she said that I saw the most beautifulest thing in the alphabet, and I said, oh, well, FBI, baby, that was so cute when she said that. You know? Wow. She was saved.
I had no idea if they were calling me to say they had found my child or that they were calling me down to identify her body.
After being rescued, Alicia stayed in a foster home, a temporary refuge following her traumatic experience. The evening was supposed to bring a reunion with her family, but as time passed, Alicia couldn't shake the growing worry that her family might no longer love her or harbor resentment for her leaving that fateful night. Contrary to Alicia's fears, her parents were facing an unforeseen challenge. The media frenzy around Alicia's story made it difficult for them to book a flight. Unaware of this, Alicia remained anxious. Fortunately, the FBI recognized the urgency and intervened to find a solution. In a practical and caring move, the FBI arranged a private plane, ensuring Alicia's family could quickly travel to Virginia and bring her home.
What did you think when you saw your parents?
Yeah, you could say that.
I was very, very happy and relieved.
March 2003, justice was served as Scott Tyree pleaded guilty to 4 counts, including kidnapping and exploitation. His sentence was a substantial 19 years and 7 months, which marked a resounding victory in the legal battle. Despite Tyree's significant prison sentence, his release in 2017, 2 years ahead of schedule, cast a shadow over Alicia's newfound peace.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting
What?
tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees? If so, you need...
He was given parole and relocated to a halfway house merely 4 miles from Alicia's home in Pittsburgh, thus sparking concerns about the potential threat he posed to his previous victim. The fears proved well-founded when, during his stay at the halfway house, Tyree went against his parole by visiting inappropriate websites. This breach prompted the judge to revoke his parole, sentencing him to an additional 2 years in prison. During all these, Alicia drew strength from her traumatic experience and transformed it into a platform for advocacy a year after her abduction. She emerged as a vocal advocate for children facing similar dangers online, leveraging her own story to educate both youngsters and their parents about the perils of the internet.
We have to teach them how to protect themselves because they don't know what to protect themselves from. So it's not to terrify them and make them afraid of the world, it's to empower them.
This dedication materialized with the founding of the Alicia Project, a group committed to raising awareness about online predators. Aside from this, she worked alongside the National Association to Protect Children to secure the passage of her namesake, Alicia's Law. This law stands as a powerful ally against exploitation in the United States. It steps in where federal resources fall short, acknowledging that only a tiny fraction of known cases get the attention they need. It ensures a steady flow of funds specifically for the Internet Crimes Against Children task forces in each state. This law provides a reliable source of funding to teams dedicated to rescuing kids from online threats. According to recent reports, Alicia's Law has already helped with the arrests of over 1,000 online predators, and the funding it has provided became crucial in rescuing another victim, Jamie Kloss.
I know for a fact that I have made a difference, and that is something that's incredible. To take what happened and to give it a purpose. If we work hard, if we have hope, if we have faith, if we work on moving forward, we can find a purpose in the chaos. And that's what I've been able to do, is to take this horrible, awful, disgusting thing that happened to me and give it a purpose. And that purpose is to save other kids. People will say to me a lot, they'll say, I'm so sorry that happened to you, and they'll get very sad. And I say, so much good has come from it. So much good. And one of those is Alicia's Law, which is my namesake, and it has passed in 11 states.
Even after many years, Alicia continued to grapple with the haunting memories of her past. The horrors she endured remained a constant presence in her life. Nevertheless, Alicia's strength persisted. She faced the ongoing challenges with resilience, refusing to be overwhelmed by the traumatic experiences.
So he didn't say it. So what I'm going to tell you is that this man, this monster, he's not a man, this monster put her abuse, the abuse that he was doing to her, he put it on the internet. That's how she was found. The monster put it all over the internet. Sickening. So when somebody saw that on the internet, they noticed her face. And they called the cops, and the cops with the FBI and all that, and that's how she was found. Yeah. Sickening.
To cope with the lingering impact, Alicia chose to share her story repeatedly. Through unwavering determination, she spoke out, ensuring that her narrative reached a broad audience. Her goal was straightforward: to shed light on her own journey and raise awareness about the prevalent issues surrounding online safety and exploitation. Her continued dedication to her advocacy allowed her to pursue a degree in psychology to understand predatory crime further. In 2016, she earned her master's degree in forensic psychology from the Chicago School of Professional Psychology. Even today, Alicia remains a beacon of courage as she fights to make sure not to let anyone else experience what she went through.
You don't know what you have within you to survive until you're put into an indescribable situation where your only goal is survival. I've had a lot of kids who've come forward and said, somebody hurt me when I was younger, and this is the first time I'm talking about it. And that's where I've really found my healing.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.
kidnapping a girl and holding her hostage almost 20 years ago, is back to prison for violating the terms of his parole. The case was one of the first in the country spotlighting online predators who target young girls. In 2002, it garnered national attention and triggered an FBI manhunt. Alicia Kazak was 13 years old when she disappeared from her home in Crafton Heights. Alicia met 38-year-old Scott Tyree of Virginia online. He traveled to Pittsburgh and abducted her. He held her hostage inside the basement of his home. Throughout her captivity, Alicia was chained by the neck, sexually assaulted, and her torture was live streamed. Someone recognized her from missing person posters and notified police. Several days later, Alicia came home. Tyree was sentenced to jail and spent 17 years behind bars in North Carolina. After his sentence, he was paroled and transferred to a halfway house. Amazingly, that halfway house was located in Pittsburgh, just 4 miles from Alicia's parents' home in Crafton Heights. Alicia and her family complained about his release in the Pittsburgh area.
Okay, first of all, why the fuck would they do that? Why would they do that? Isn't that against the rule? He's not supposed to be near her. But you put this animal right by her. Exactly, Katie. Exactly. Once again, the system failed another victim. For God's sakes, you might as well put her in the same goddamn bedroom. Next door neighbor. This is disgusting. Like they couldn't find a place somewhere else. Upstate New York. I live upstate New York. They could have sent his ass to Newburgh. Well, don't send him closer by me. No. Send his ass somewhere else. You could have sent him to the city. You could have sent him to Albany. You could have sent him to Manhattan. You could have sent him anywhere else except for right next door to her. That is a shame.
Over fears he might victimize them again. During his time at the halfway house, Tyree visited pornographic websites, which is a violation of his parole. Today, a judge revoked his probation and sentenced him for that parole violation. He will spend 2 more years behind bars. And since her ordeal, Alicia has founded the Alicia Project, a group designed to raise awareness about online predators and child sexual exploitation.
And not only that, y'all, not only that, I got a lot to say about this shit. This is crazy. Hold on.
We're all equally powerful. You have been programmed not to have power.
The room was pitch black at this time. Then he turned on the lights, and blanketing the walls were all.
All right. Let me see. I'm going to do a part 2 to this. I'm going to do a part 2 reaction video to this. Because she's telling her story. And then I'm going to message her and see if she wants to come on here and tell her story. The shit that yes, it's very sickening, you know. Very sickening. Very sickening. Why did they give him such a lesser time? 16, 17 years? This monster is a kidnapper. He lured her out. He sexually awed her. My goodness. And then when he comes out, you put him right next door to her. And then he gets into the halfway house and he violates parole by going on the web to do it again. And all you do is give him a 2-year violation? So where is he at now? He's probably one of the ones that's R these girls that we're probably looking for now. What's his name? What's his name? Katie. Katie, message me his name, please. If you're not doing, if you're busy with the kids or something, I could do it. Message me his name, please, for me. This is crazy. 2 years. 2 years? Slap on the wrist. There you go. Another slap on the wrist. Thank you, babe. Because I need to know what he up to. See what he up to, Katie, since he's been out. Let's get on his ass. Yeah, motherfucker. We gonna see what you been up to, boo-boo. We're gonna check you out. It's crazy. And I want to know what they giving the woman that burnt her baby at that unalived her child at the last video. They probably gonna give her life. Hopefully. Scott Tyrese. Thank you. Yeah, y'all. I just wanted to show y'all that. I was gonna show y'all something else with her, but it is getting kind of late. I do have to do other things, and I know y'all got probably stuff to do, and I know I don't want to keep y'all up too late like we usually be up in here. So I'm just gonna end this video now. I'm gonna do a part 2 of her though. I'm definitely gonna do a part 2, and show her telling her story on a reaction video, and then hopefully maybe she will like to come on here and tell her story. We'll see what happens. But what I want to do is get activists on here that could tell their story, or activists on here that could tell stuff like that gentleman was telling us the other day. He was an activist. That's real good information, because we need that, and I need that to be on here so I can get y'all I need to get people like that on this platform to teach all of us things like that. I do. I just need that. I have to do that. I have to do that. Because y'all know I care about these victims, and I care about the stories that I put out. Like, I don't play with this shit. It's not a game. It's really not. I don't take this lightly. It's not a game. Those of you that know me know I really, really, really don't play with this. My heart is pure when it comes to these cases and their families. So, yeah, Katie, baby. Because it makes us aware of and help others in need of help and what to do. Exactly. Because any of us could be in a situation like that. We never know. We never know. So I'm going to be working on that and other things. But with that, everyone, have a blessed night. Thank y'all for joining, and I will see y'all tomorrow. With that, peace out.